Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. Hey, I just wanted to, good morning, good afternoon here actually. I'm not sure where you are, but a little afternoon here. Guys, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about what's going on and kind of try to help everyone get refocused on what's really important. Because, you know, we've had this shooting down in, or I shouldn't even say shooting, staged event down in Florida, designed, of course, as usual, to divide and distract us. And it's, of course, dividing us based upon the Second Amendment. And then it's distracting us from what we really need to be focusing on. You know, we've had recently concrete evidence come out that, you know, deep state traitors are within our government they tried to essentially have the president, the duly elected president, impeached. And here we are for the past week just going back and forth on the whole gun control issue. Look, here's the bottom line on the Second Amendment, folks. Whether you like it or not, whether you like guns or not, the Revolutionary War was sparked by the fact that King George III was trying to confiscate the colonists' rifles. And that specifically sparked the first battle in the Revolutionary War. So anybody who is an advocate of attempting to, you know, seize Americans' rifles is obviously doesn't understand history, and why they would think that would turn out any differently than it did this time is just foolish. So you just need to get away from that. And let's take a look at some more facts that have come out about this event in Florida, Parkland, Florida, that leads me to believe it's just an orchestrated, scripted event. And I have yet to see any forensic evidence that anybody's been shot or died in that. So until I see concrete evidence, I assume nobody was killed. I'm not saying for sure nobody was killed because I wasn't there inside the school, but I am saying for sure it was an orchestrated event. And now it's come out apparently that we have 4 Broward County Sheriff deputies who remained outside of the school while this alleged shooting was occurring. Now, first of all, I believe that players, actors in this false flag, a couple of them at least, were inside the building shooting rounds of blanks. And I believe that I find it mathematically impossible to believe that if there's 4 Broward County Sheriff's deputies there, that one of them doesn't take the initiative and say, you know what, I don't care if the rest of you stay here, I'm going in there to try to save some children. I've concluded that the only way this could have happened is if they were given the order to stand down. And then you have to ask yourself, why would they be told to stand down when a gunman's inside a school shooting? Look, those four deputies aren't cowards. They were told, they were ordered to stand down. And I just wish they would step forward and tell their story, because the reason they were told to stand down is so they wouldn't go in there and interfere with some cuckoo or a couple of cuckoos shooting blank rounds, you know, to facilitate the whole false flag situation. And then this David Bogg character, who apparently pretends he's a student there, graduated from a California high school in 2015, and like many of the other actors and actresses in this charade, seems to show up in other places, other shooting events, and there for interviews. I mean, I got it. It really is hard for me to even believe that Americans are for a second buying this thing. But nevertheless, let's try to move past that and ignore the silliness, get out of the Second Amendment debates. Look, they're not going to take our rifles away. I don't care what laws they passed. It's just not going to happen. So don't worry about it, you know. Don't worry about convincing the statist loons who are brainwashed that there's good reason behind the Second Amendment. If they don't already understand that, then you're probably not going to convince them. But what I'd like to see, one thing I don't like seeing, I'm a little disappointed that President Trump, who has to know that this was a false flag as well. I mean, he has the resources far above and beyond my resources to determine that it was a false flag. And I gotta say, I'm a little dismayed when I hear him talking about banning bump stocks and raising, the age to purchase firearms to 21. I mean, those sorts of things are absurd. First of all, I don't know and if you guys know what a bump stock is, but it's basically, I'll put it simply, it's a moving stock that allows a AR-15 or probably other rifles as well to have like a simulated automatic stop. So now, automatic action to it, but it's not true automatic. And I've never fired one, but I've seen people firing them, and it just looks really sloppy. I can't imagine if you went in to kill somebody that you'd want to use a bump stock to try to kill people. It's just a very inefficient way to do it. But then, raising the age, the whole thing that he's caving into this, when he should be coming out with NSA resources that I guarantee you they recorded the telephone call or the radio transmission that told those deputies to stand down. I mean, there's some very simple evidence you can put out there that's going to let people know that, hey, this is all orchestrated crap. I mean, I researched Sandy hoax in depth, probably spent at least 80 hours doing that. And I'm absolutely confident that that was a hoax. And the only person that may have died was Adam Lanza, and that was on the day before December 14th. That was on December 13th, I guess it was. Maybe I'm getting my dates screwed up. But I'd like to see the president come out in, the midst of all this bullshit about this fake shooting, or at least it was a scripted shooting, and come out and start releasing some evidence on these Luciferian pedophiles. I know you have boatloads of it. Let's stop this debate over bullshit that's just dividing our country. The time has come for people to see the truth, And if people aren't awake enough to handle the truth, that's their problem, okay? They have had, just like each and every one of us, they've had the opportunity to see the truth, and they choose not to see that truth, okay? They choose instead to see lies and to follow lies and to believe lies. And that is a choice. That's a choice they've made. So look, these people aren't going to come around, President Trump. Release the evidence that you have to start the awakening process. As ugly as it is, release it. If some people want to riot on the streets, so be it, because they're not going to become any more awakened than they are right now until you hit them with some cold, hard facts. So let's get past this Parkland shooting bullshit, guys. Try to rise above the whole Second Amendment debate anyways. Anybody that understands history and the founding fathers and the framers of the Constitution understand that the Second Amendment was put in there so that we the people at any given time have the means and wherewithal to overthrow a tyrannical government. So it's not there for hunting. It doesn't even state, even though it should go unmentioned, that we have an unalienable right to self-defense. The framers didn't even think they had to put that in there because that's just so obvious. So let's just rise above this whole debate of shooting, dismiss it for what it is, have the courage to call it out as a scripted, orchestrated event, because it clearly is. And don't worry about people saying, oh, how could you say this about children getting shot? My God, that's exactly why they keep doing the school shooting thing, to try to make it so everybody won't dare to talk about, oh my God, children were killed. Well, so let's rise above that crap. Let's push forward to see the truth. Let's push forward to see the truth about the traitors within our government. That's a good start. But let's also push forward and push the NYPD. I'm doing it all the time in tweets to release the information they found on Anthony Weiner's computer that Attorney General Loretta Lynch shut down before it could be released. They planned on releasing it. Call them, tweet them, tell them to have the courage to release this stuff. My priority is and has been for a long time in saving kids. And the information out there about these ruthless, cold-blooded, child raping, child trafficking, child molesting, child murdering, Luciferian pedophiles, the more children we're going to save. Now, I hope that these people are already all incarcerated and down at Gitmo. But unfortunately, I don't think they are. So when they're still out on the streets and they're still able to engage in these horrific crimes against kids, then you need to accelerate the plan, President Trump, General Kelly, General Mattis, Jeff Sessions. You guys need to accelerate the plan, okay? We're getting impatient here. And we need to do what's going to save children. We don't need to worry about what people are going to think, or if they're going to take to the streets, or if their little snowflake heads are going to explode because they can't handle the truth. They're never going to be able to handle the truth. Move that dog. Why? You move that dog. The dog don't want to be moved. So anyways, guys, again, let's try to get refocused. And remember, when they do these events, what they're doing is they're trying to snatch the collective consciousness, the power, our co-creative powers. So we're focusing on that bullshit. You'll eat that dog. Yeah, right. You must be Korean, huh? And look, don't let them do that. Don't let them distract you. Continue to focus your energies on seeing, a release of the evidence against these Luciferian pedophiles, against these traitors, against these people who for generations, for hundreds of years, have conspired against humanity. So let's keep our minds focused on that. Let's keep bringing the truth out. Let's keep focusing on these pedophiles who are committing disgusting crimes against kids. And screw these little bastards who do these orchestrated events to try to capture all the attention and to try to capture our co-creative powers. Rise above that, guys. We're all better than that, all right? And let's continue to focus our energies on the positive future that's ahead. This is going to be a big year, and the more focused we stay on that, the sooner things start to unfold, all right? You got to believe in yourself. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope everyone's doing well. And again, let's get refocused on what really matters, guys, all right? All right, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks. And don't eat any dogs, all right? Bye.